I'm a second assistant director for a living. That's what I do. My department, the assistant director department, does the scheduling and planning. I specifically, as the second assistant director, are in charge of planning the next day. I produce a document every day called the call sheet, which is the plan and order of events for the next day. Shows who will be working that day, actors, extras, crew, what time everyone reports, and other specifics as to like what items certain departments should have on set and bring, where we're shooting, and sort of just a general framework and plan for the day. My department as a whole, the assistant director department, does the scheduling of the entire movie or television show. We work for the director, so we are in charge of kind of getting his vision onto film in terms of coordinating with other departments. So the first assistant director is on the set and is the person running the set, calling rolls and cuts, keeping everybody updated what we're doing, talking with the director and the director of photography about what the shots are, and helping coordinate with the rest of the crew, sort of the specifics of all that. I work directly underneath the first assistant director, and we do a lot of setting of the extras in terms of background action. We're in charge of all the extras and all of that, all the action that they do. We're the people who tell the actors when to come to set. We're the people who tell hair, makeup, and wardrobe when to put them into hair and makeup, when to do the touch-ups. We let the other departments know when we're moving stages from one stage to the other, or the people who coordinate with the stunt department in terms of, specifics, like stunt specifics. We do pretty much everything there is to do on the set in terms of letting people know what's going on. It varies from day to day based on where you're shooting, but we're just kind of the mouthpiece for the director.
And as a second assistant?
I got in the business. I grew up in Los Angeles, and a friend of mine, who I'd known from high school's sister's ex-boyfriend was a location manager. I got out of college, and I was looking for a job. I was out of work for a little bit, and that's how I got my first job. And I just did a bunch of low-budget movies from there on out, and somehow found myself into production and working as a PA, and then did 600 days as a production assistant and got in the Directors Guild of America and have worked my way up from that to be a second AD. I guess my favorite thing is probably the fact that it's unpredictable, and that is one of the few places where something weird just kind of happens, and it's sometimes unnatural, but it ends up being on film. And it's the only place where I get, at work, the only place where I get sort of that, I don't know, it's kind of like a high. Because you're trying to get the shot, you're trying to get the day done, and I never got that in the business world. So I think it's the combination of the unpredictability and that high that you can't get anywhere else. My least favorite thing are the hours. The hours are about 80 hours a week, and sometimes I don't get to spend enough time with my family. So that's the worst part of the business. Yeah, the one thing if you want to become an assistant director, make sure you want to do it, because the hours they're terrible. And the years go by quickly, and it's tough to go backwards and start in another field, because our experience doesn't directly translate to anything else. So you might have management experience for years as an assistant director, but if you try to make a move outwards of the film business, it's probably tough to go somewhere. So make sure you really want to do it.
Thanks, Brett. That's very good.